Hi everyone, welcome back to JoanneTechLover. I'm Joanne and today I'll be covering this Func MS-2 Gaming Mouse. It is currently set to JTL Color. Here's everything that comes in the box. We have the mouse itself, which I'll go over in just a bit, but first let's go over some of the accessories, or really just user guide and software CD. So anyway, here's the MS-2 software CD, and you could also go ahead and download it online. That's what I always do. And also you get a user guide, which is quite helpful. So let me just open it up for you. It tells you what all the buttons are on default, and then a quick look at the software, and even what the functions in the software mean. Now then, onto the mouse itself, or its braided cable. As you can see, kind of looks like a snake, doesn't it? A very poisonous one. That's what I think about when I see like little dots on black braided cable. Anyway, you get 2 meters or 6.5 feet of that, as well as a gold-plated USB 2 connector. Now for a closer look at the mouse, it has this smooth, soft touch finish all around with some glossy buttons as well as a rubberized scroll wheel. And as for dimensions, it measures 130 millimeters or 5.1 inches by 70 millimeters or 2.7 inches by 43 millimeters or 1.6 inches, and it weighs in at 0.14 kilograms or 0.32 pounds, which is relatively light and it's great for like FPS games. Now then, let's go over the buttons. So you get 12 programmable buttons, and the left click is mandatory, so once you have a left click, go ahead and program the rest of the 11. Alright, so let's look on the side for the buttons. So you have, of course, on default, your forward, backward, and your instant aim, or you could call it your sniper button if you want, as well as a mute, volume mute. But like I said, you could program all of them, which is great. And so that's 4 buttons right there. And then you have your left and right clicks, your scroll wheel, and scroll wheel also has scroll up and scroll down as button commands, which is really awesome because I don't see that on every single mouse. And then these are your DPI up and down. I generally don't change those because it's a good place to have them. And one last button would be the one here. This is the profile shift button, and once you press it, you'll get 3 different colors that you could set in the software for your different profiles, so you know exactly which one you're on. And in this section you'll see DPI indicators. They're very, very thin slices of LED, but in person you can see them quite well. There are a few more things I'd like to mention before we head on to the bottom of the mouse. So the left, right, your main clicks are Omron switches, and you get kind of a medium click resistance. That's, my personal opinion. And the scroll click, it's heavier. It's harder for me to press, if you guys were curious about that. And also, one more thing is that in order to store your profiles onto this mouse, it comes with 512 kilobytes of memory for that purpose. Now on the bottom, of course, you get some gliding feet, and over here is your 4000 DPI ADNS 3090 LED optical sensor. And optical sensors have no acceleration issues, unlike laser sensors, but they can't reach the same accuracy and acceleration speeds as laser sensors. So when you're picking out mice, I guess you could just weigh the pros and cons in that. I would say that this mouse is more of a palm grip, and kind of don't like that the 4th finger just kind of falls off to the side. But if you wanted the larger version of the MS-2, you could get the MS-3 R2. I did a video on that too if you are curious about what it looks like. And this is still a mouse for medium hands because I have a little bit of trouble getting to the side buttons and the scroll wheel. Yes, tiny hands. Here's a demo of the LEDs. Right now, if you look over here, there's a slice of the DPI indicator. So if I move the DPI, increase it, decrease it, that's what it looks like. And also, if you change the profile, the track wheel will change color. Right now it's on JTL colors, haha. But if you change it, you'll notice the LED here is white. And it won't change until it's like stays white and it doesn't go back to the DPI. But it'll go back to the DPI colors, which makes sense because on that profile you can change it the DPI as well. Now let's go to the 3rd color. There it is. I just kept it like these colors, but if you want to see them change quickly, that's how it goes. In addition to being able to change the color on your track wheel, you're also able to turn it off or turn the breathing effect on or off. Oh, and also, by the way, if you see the LED flickering on screen, it's probably because of the camera, because it's smooth in person. Here's a look at the Func MS-2 software. Right now we are on profile 1, but to go to profile 2 or 3, simply click on them. And let's go back to profile 1 so I can show you what everything is about here. So right now we are in basic settings, and this is where you can change up your DPI. So just click on the one you want and instant aim, and go ahead and just slide the bar to wherever you'd like to go. Actually, I would have liked it if I could click for a very particular DPI level. But moving right along, you can change up your pointer sensitivity as well, and your double click speed and scroll speed. I think 6 is quite comfortable if I wish to scroll just a little faster. And also you can scroll by page, but let's turn that off. Now then, polling rate, if your system can handle it, definitely check out the 1000 Hertz polling, because for mice it actually does matter, because it just means less lag for when you are gaming. Now, once you have inputted all of your settings, be sure to hit the apply. And that might take a little bit of time, but if you don't do that, obviously you can't save the settings onto your mouse. Now let's go on to button assignment. So here, there are 12 buttons that you can assign everything to, including scroll up and scroll down, which is something I really like because not all mice have that. Especially at this price range, you get a lot of features. I just drag down the arrow menu for default commands, or for Windows commands, media functions, record macros. I did 1, 2, 3, 4. You just click that and have that as that, and single key or disable the key. But remember, you always have to have the left click. So that's why you actually have 11 programmable buttons, but that should be plenty. Now then, let's go to the color settings. This is where you can have the color pulsate or not, and then change up the color in the bar here, and then hit apply. So I'm actually going to change it to this JTL color. So here I go. Does take a bit of time, but just be patient. So what I would do is I would make all the changes and then hit apply. Anyway, you can also change up the saturation level as well as the brightness, or I suppose you could turn it off. Alrighty, now onto the macro editor. So I already created a 1, 2, 3, 4 earlier. Now let's go ahead and hit the record button, and let's say JTL or something, and then click stop, and then call this JTL. And save, and it has been saved, as you can see on the right hand side. Now if you want to delete it, go ahead and just hit the trash can button and you are good to go. Let's go ahead and record another new macro. So we are going to do Happy New Year. Yeah, no space, sorry about that. And then stop, and then put New Year, and then we're gonna hit not apply, so used to hitting that, but save, and then let's go to button assignment again, and I want to put it in the scroll up command. So let's go to recorded macro and click New Year and click apply. Alright, now that that's done, let's bring up Notepad and scroll up. Oh, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. It's more like New Ye Happy. New Ye Happy. Okay, Happy New Year. Anyway, let's go ahead and close that out, but you get the gist about how to create a macro. Would have liked to see some repeat or delay options, but for like FPS games, you really won't need it. Now let's go for the firmware update to make sure that your firmware is updated so that your mouse will function properly. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and go to func.net. Now if you click this button, you will be brought to this page. Yes, check out Func's lovely products like the KB460, free advertising. Anyway, alrighty, let's go on and close out of that, and that covers the quick tutorial of the Func MS-2 software. Here's a look at the pros and the cons. So what do I like about this mouse? I like the soft touch finish. It just feels smooth to the touch. Also, I like that it lights up. The different colors are helpful to indicate which profile you're on. And it's nice that they included LEDs showing what DPI setting you are on. It is a bit subtle, but it does the job. And you get plenty of programmable buttons for FPS games and others, although not enough for MMOs. That's just my opinion. And the software is very simple, easy to use, definitely user-friendly, so it doesn't take long to figure out. And now if we look at the cons, the MS-2 is the slimmer version of the MS-3R2, and I do miss the fourth finger rest. It's a slippery surface and my ring finger kind of dangles awkwardly off to the side. A personal con is that the mouse is still a little large for my small hands, but it should fit a medium-sized hand well. I wish the DPI could go down to below 800 in the software portion, and for there to be XY independent for those who use it. And would also have liked to see macro delay and repeat options in the software. That wraps up the video on this Func MS-2 Gaming Mouse. If you like what you saw and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons, as well as follow me on social media. JoanneTechLover Facebook fan page, JoanneTechLover again on Twitter, and JoanneTechLover one more time on Instagram. Also, please don't forget to hit the donate button so you can help expand this channel and feed this techie. One last thing is Storenvy.com, where you can go ahead and purchase my 8.5 by 11 inch autograph prints. Thank you for watching!